Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Okay, we're live. It just doesn't say if we do it. If we do it through here, it doesn't. I can't do. I can't do the post of what it is.
What do you mean you can't do the post?
So we're live right now.
Hello, we're live. We're just working out a few technical things. Don't mind us. So you can't do.
I don't. Oh no, maybe
It
yes.
says.
Just
It
give me a
says
second.
new moon.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna change it.
Okay.
Hi everyone. We're just working out a few kinks. We're trying to do this in a different way. So
bear with us.
Here we go. No, you're cutting and pasting.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
No.
What? I didn't do it again. I didn't do it.
Hi everyone. We are having some technical difficulties. We're trying a new way how to do this. So just give us a second as we figure this out. Okay.
Can I cut and paste now?
Yes.
Bear with us, it's ice cream Sundays. Bear with us, it's ice cream Sundays. OMG. OMG. OMG.
There's so many new things in technology these days. I just don't even know what's happening.
Okay, so how much now is this one going to be again?
35. Hi, hello everyone.
30?
We're getting there.
30 or 25?
There's people.
I know, but you need to tell me because I'm creating something that you asked me to make. So write it down. Okay, and then for 3 via this, it's.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Hi everyone. Just give us a second. We're oh my goodness. We are here. This is Marita, one who catches lightning. I just got my hair cut today.
Ooh, yeah. I cut Marita's hair. In case you ever want to know who Marita's amazing barber is, that would be me. Fun fact, just to keep your attention while we figure a few things out, apparently most stylists are not taught to use clippers. In order to use clippers, you have to go to barber school. That's the biggest difference. And so I went to a stylist and he was like, oh, you know how to use clippers? That's awesome, because I had to sneak into a barber and get clipper training, even though I technically wasn't supposed to work there. And that's how he ended up getting training to do both, which to me is crazy. Why would you not learn how to use clippers as a stylist? But apparently that's the difference in the curriculum.
There you go.
That's what separates I know a lot of people use both, but I'm just saying, fun fact.
Please please share, even if it's on your pages or pages that you think will like this. Again, Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish. This is Rose with Live by Design. Okay,
Ooh, well done. Right? You did it.
My goodness.
Yeah.
We are here for ice cream Sundays. Sundays.
Sunday. And so, we're just finishing a couple technical things. Sorry, this isn't usually our start. We like to just come in and say ice cream Sundays, do the whole thing. But there's some changes today.
Yeah, I've been trying some new technology, so we're trying it out today, see how it goes.
Very
give
exciting.
Us patience. Trying to keep up with the kids these days. Anyway, so good morning, Megan. Hello, Jen. Hello, Timmy. Hello, Jeannie. It's so good to see you. So if you know what we do, then sign up if you want. So we offer 1-card readings of a topic of your choice and very focused topic of your choice. Ice cream chakra clearings. If you haven't had one, you're missing out. If you haven't had one yet, I don't know. How are you even living? No, I'm just kidding.
How do you exist? How do you survive?
And then also
speaking of
also
which,
the comedy routine between these two.
Thing down there this morning.
What thing? Let's pretend. Rose and I have been spending our mornings. This is the third morning we've actually done it. We've gotten really good at pickaxing. See, look at those muscles. So we've been working on some pickaxing and getting some things out of our garden and clearing passageways and things like that. I think this haircut actually makes me look younger. That's good.
I think your tight haircuts look really good on you.
Yeah.
You know, I think they do.
Yeah. Anyways,
there's a few spots I'm trying to fix the line that the other barbers messed up.
Yeah.
So there's like some shorter parts because I'm trying to repair the damage that they've done to the amazing line that I used to have on this one.
So again, please like, please share, please care. And let's get this started. So we got 14 people. We got 14 eyes watching us.
14 people.
14 people.
That's 28 eyes. Well, actually, that's an assumption. Maybe some people only have one eye.
I don't know.
Or maybe one eye is looking at us and one eye is looking at their kid.
Now there's 17. I don't know.
Whoa. Okay. Tell them a little bit more.
So what are we doing today? We are doing ice cream clearings. Hello, Chris. How are you? We're doing chakra clearings and 1-card readings. So if on a topic of your choice, and we do ask you to be specific. So what's going on in the world since I'm now filling in space? This is usually what Rose does because she's doing something else. We're really excited. We have taken this ice cream Sundays ideas into an ice cream social. And a small group of 5 people, we've reduced it. First, it was going to be 20 and reduced it, actually 12, and we've reduced it to 5. And so if you're interested in that, yes.
No, I want to really emphasize that. So we originally were doing this. We were going to try to do groups of 20 people. And I was like, no, that's way too many. Because we want to make this a really intimate experience. We're not trying to like zoom through people, right? And we want to have time to hear people's responses and all of that. So we shrunk it way down. And then we did it and we realized we're going to make this even smaller. Oh my God. Which means we are now doing 5 people maximum per group. And we do 1 group per week, primarily for our United States audience. And then we do have another group that mostly fills up every week that is primarily Australian folks. And that's like through a group of people that we're connected to. So we've been doing 2 per week, only 5 people. And so far they've been filling up really fast. Because of that, do you want to tell them about the Patreon?
We launched a Patreon. So
for this one,
it's through Path of Ish, and it has a level where you can do ice cream socials once. You can buy into once a month, or you can buy into 3 times a month. And that'll actually be the cheapest option instead of just drop-ins, because that price is going up a little bit. Anyways, that's what's going on in our world. We've also been doing some beautiful moon ceremonies, and that's also on a Patreon if you want to be part of those. We've actually reduced the price if you join Patreon and just join us every month. They are recorded, so if you do miss something, you can always go back. But seems like we're doing a lot.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Remember, I'm tired.
Yeah, and we also did.
Go before something is it ruined? We have a cat that likes to go and
Nothing's ruined, but
is she okay? She just ate something. Is it the general?
Yeah.
Where'd she do it?
In the bathroom. She likes to go in.
Oh, is she okay?
I mean, it's everywhere.
Just close the door.
Is she? No.
Sorry, it seems like it's a crazy day today, and that's not our usual. We have a cat who sometimes has She's an older cat. She's about 13, 15 years old, deaf, and she has some things going on with her.
She has
So
liver disease.
she has liver disease and
Hyperthyroidism.
hyperthyroidism. So it seems that something she got a little sick today.
She gets
So
a little sick. Sorry,
let's start off with, we got
hear
Megan
about
Lee
that.
first, and then we got Chris Harris next. If anyone else wants to sign up, that's great. Please please share, so more people can see us. It's because of you that we get a lot of viewers. Again, I went in through, instead of doing my personal page, to the Path of Ish. Let's see if that works. If not, I'll just switch it up. See how it goes. And also I'm re-streaming, trying to get it to YouTube. So because I don't have time to like download things and upload.
Nobody's got time for that.
I don't have time for that.
Heck no.
Anyway, so let's start with Megan Lee. Chris Harris, you're next. And if anyone else, just write in the comments what you would like, and we will help you. So again, Marita, one who catches lightning with the Path of Ish. I've been trained for 40 years on in multiple lineages, in multiple ways and paths. Rose with Live by Design, also grew up with multiple lineages and paths, and we kind of come together. This is our offering that we do together.
I wasn't chosen before birth that I know, but I do have a creation myth that I was conceived in the ocean. Bet you didn't know that.
I knew that.
I know you knew that. I tell you too many things. I have
Hi,
to hold some
Vivian.
things out,
Hi,
so
Vivian.
there's some mystery.
Okay,
you know?
let's get the cards. What are the cards? Cards. Okay, here we go. Spirit Walker, hello. Vivian, hello. We need topics, please. Don't just say I want a card.
Okay,
So this is how you get onto Ice Cream Sundays. In the comments, all in one bubble, if please. Write if you want a chakra clearing or card number 1. Number 2, please, a topic, very focused topic. And why do we do this? Because the more focused you are, it's easier to have a communication with the universe. So we're pushing your boundaries and teaching you. And then,
snap.
Please write permission granted. So,
I'm going.
hello,
to do something
Naomi.
crazy
Hello,
right now.
Jamie Smith. Jamie Smith, seems you want a card, but I don't know. What's your topic or spirit? Walker. Until you tell me. I'm just going to keep going on my list. Okay.
We need the link to the Patreon. Where is it? Do you know?
It's on the thing. Spirit Walker, spiritual path. Can you be more specific? I'm going to push you a little like that because the more focused you are, the easier it's to get to your goal. And now it's just going to be, today is our singing day. So here we go. First card, Megan Lee. Megan Lee, you're asking about your work, your spiritual work, direction, and things like that. Well, there you go. Seems like you're on the right path. I don't really have to say anything. I mean, heaven sent 33. I mean, you're in it. Stay focused. One of the things about this I do want to talk about is specifically as we come into the time of fire and the time of the South.
Yeesh is live now. I'm so sorry. Sorry, continue.
Because of that, as we go into the time of fire, as you know, fire is we're all hungry beings, right? And fire, unless it has a good relationship with the stone people, will just eat anything it can. So this is also about manage your boundaries, manage what's coming in and going out. Make sure that you are, and actually today on the Mayan calendar, what was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Or maybe the day before. No, it was yesterday. It was talking about making sure that you are having filters, right? That you're really staying in your mind, that your truth is really important. And so making sure that you're listening to that, right? Filtering through all the excess information, right? We live in a society of excess information right now. So can you stay true to that path? And so this is also about, deconstructing programmings and also deconstructing what you think a spiritual path looks like, or the 1, 2, 3 step. Can you just be in the flow? Can you be in the flow? There you go, Megan Lee. Favorite number, 33.
It's a good number.
So there you go. Harris, are you still here? Making sure you're here. Vivian. Vivian, you could be more specific. That'd be even great. So why do we ask for you to be specific? Because this is a thing. If you throw seeds up into the wind, you never know where they're going to be planted. And then you're like, oh, I can't manifest anything. But if you go and you put that seed exactly where you want, and then you can weed around it, you can put water on it, you can sing to it, then you can see it grow. So don't throw your seeds to the wind today. Be focused. Okay, Chris Harris, let's do your chakra clearing. Please ring that bell.
Oh, I'll ring that little bell, yeah. Chris Harris, welcome back. I'm pretty sure you may be deep as shit. I'm pretty sure I heard that recently. Okay. There's the bell. And this is Chris Harris chakra clearing?
Yep. Then Jenny Sickles, we're going to do your chakra clearing next. Okay, we'll do 2 chakra clearings, and then I'll read what people are saying here.
Oh, am I doing this by myself
Let's do
then? Okay.
So the flavor that's coming up for me for you, Chris Harris, is guava. Guava has amazing seeds, right? And it's very tropical, delicious, and things like that. Oh, our cat is now. Hi, this is one of our cats. It seems today is just going to be an interesting show. And this is about, again, getting out of your comfort zone, which I know you're really good at, but celebrating that, right? Tropical things. People think that tropical things are so far away from them, but they're not, right? We can have that feeling of the tropics, the feeling of things that are exotic, very close to us. So this is about, hey, you're on your path, you're doing really good, you have your seeds in your guava to plant. Make sure that you're having fun. Make sure that you don't live in your rigidness. Make sure that you have an exotic life, right? And that could mean, I'm not telling you to go and take, crazy lessons or anything like that. I'm saying exotic life can be like, just push your boundaries, your flavor boundaries, your dance boundaries, your reading boundaries, keep pushing that and have fun with it. And you will all of a sudden have, a very exotic, lush life.
You know what? That reminds me of the conversation we were having the other day in the car about, exoticism, why people exoticize certain people, right? Or places or things or foods or whatever. And the reality is it's all perspective, right? Whatever is exotic to you, somebody else is just living that way, exotic tropical fruits. Well, they're just what grows, right? In certain places, so it's important to remember that what you said, the things that we think about as exotic, somebody else is just living that way. So if we place them outside of our own reality because we just think, oh, I just can't have that, I can't live that way. We're doing ourselves a disservice, and we're also kind of making other people's lives that just live in that way seem really like strange and foreign and bizarre, when really like that's just what grows where they live. Is it exotic? Is it strange? Well, to you it is, because it's perspective. It's all about perspective. Bring those things into your life. It's really possible. It really is. So yeah, that's all I want to say about that.
All right, awesome. Disconnecting. Jeannie Sickles, how are you? We're going to do your chakra clearing, so make sure you're still on. Let us know by writing hi in the comments.
By writing
hi. Rachel Alwiston, you want a clearing, just say permission and I'll put you next. And then I'm trying to figure out what Vivian wants here.
Marita and I were watching one of our old lives earlier today, and I haven't dyed my hair for a while because I've been busy, and it's going to get bleached out by the sun pretty quickly. But I usually dye my hair a little bit more red. And Marita saw me with red hair and was like, I can't wait for you to dye your hair red again. And I looked and I was like, wow, I look so different. I wasn't wearing like tank tops and I was trying to look all professional, I looked good. Not that I don't look good now, but it's hot here and we spend the whole day like, working in the yard and doing a lot of physical stuff. So
okay, Vivian, you'll be next, and then we'll do Rachel Winston. Then we'll do Rachel Winston.
I think she just cut me off.
And then Miranda. Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Who's next?
We're doing a chakra clearing for Jeannie.
Okay, I just want to make sure that Jeannie was here.
I didn't know I like redheads till my brother was like, oh, so you married another tall redhead.
Until I stopped dyeing my hair red. And then Rita was like, bring my red hair back.
I never got any messages on the classes that was mentioned the last live I was at. Amber Lee. Amber Lee, if you ask for information about classes, we private message you. So you have to look through your private messages.
You have to go to your message requests. If you're not friends with somebody, our messages will not go into your main mailbox. You have to go to your message requests. It's kind of a funky thing. So a lot of people, if you're interested in joining any of the things that we have coming up, we have another, ice cream social this week. Marita started Patreon, like we said. It's going to go into your message requests. If you don't know how to do that, just Google, how do I see my message requests on my computer, iPhone, phone, whatever it is that you're looking at. And it'll tell you how, because it's a little bit different, I think, depending on where you are, but you do have to check that. Did Marita respond to your comment? Because usually Marita will say, and I will say, hey, I sent you a private message. Check.
I sometimes just send, I don't do that. I'm not that. I just either put it in your comments, a connection, and then I send it to you. So
there you go. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Mama Santa de Dios.
Whoa. Oh, my ribs hurt.
Gee, I'm getting like extra buttered popcorn for you.
Wow.
Like extra buttered popcorn. Now, what I like about this, I don't know if I like the extra butter on it, but I do like the popcorn idea because I teach a lot about corn main. And yesterday I was teaching a class about how, and I usually have corn seeds up here.
Here.
Amber Lee, if just let me know again in the comments what you're in. We'll send you some stuff. Okay.
No, let us know what you're interested in. We have a few things coming up, particularly the moon circles and ice cream socials that we're doing on a regular basis now. Moon circles are every full moon and new moon. Ice cream social is once a week at least. So let us know. You can hashtag moon circle or hashtag ice cream social or both, and we'll send you info about both.
So this is what, so here's a corn, right? Here's a little piece of corn, really small. And the fact that it pops a pop is quite amazing, right? But we are in the time of fire. So this standing alone needs help, right? It needs that heat to kind of burst. And so this is really in time in your life to take advantage of the summer and take advantage of the energy of fire and make your prayers pop, make the seeds of your intention and everything that you've been planting and tilling the soil of your heart. This is really time for this to come to fruition, right? And so don't be afraid of the heat, and then another thing with the extra butter, it's just like this lusciousness. Like, again, I feel like some of the messages, it's been a tough go since the beginning of the year. And I think the message for you, Jeannie, is make sure that there's luxuriousness in your life. Make sure that you're pampering yourself. Make sure you're having an sumptuous life. I always say umptious. I always think it's a word. I think someone in my,
somebody made it up.
I think someone made it. It's scrumptious. How about that? Scrumdiddlyumptious life. Can you have that? Can you make sure that you're, again, not living in a rigid way? And it doesn't mean like go out there and blow all your money and just like, don't be a rap video. I'm not saying that. I'm saying make sure that
not all rap videos are like that, just to be clear.
I'm just saying, can you take and savor the small moments and the big moments as well. So can you take time to really like savor that cup of morning tea or coffee that you have, and the time that you maybe can connect to different people and things? Can you savor all the small things? And then you're going to start to see that your life is actually really expansive, more expansive than you think that it is.
Oh, wow. I feel like you saying your life is expansive made me expand my lungs more, and it caused me to yawn, realizing that I didn't have enough oxygen. Are you scratching your head at me?
No.
Oh. I got a different flavor for you. I love the flavor that I got. It's kind of a funny one. Have you ever had blue slushies? Like sometimes they're like blue raspberry or like some crazy blue cherry or whatever, icy blast, you know, but it's definitely like a Slurpee slushy kind of situation, and it's blue. That is what I got for you. I have a distinct flavor in my memory connected to this. I probably haven't had one for so long, but to me, this is like indulging in something that brings you a lot of happiness and joy, and actually something that we talk about with ice cream chakra clearing, something that brings you a lot of nostalgia. And it's not because you're meant to kind of mourn all these things that are gone. It's to connect you to the fact that you can feel joy in the moment. You can feel happiness right where you are, right? Like the moment that you're in, you can experience happiness. It's not sort of always over there, out of reach, right? So this is going to be for your second chakra. So just a couple fingers below your belly button. You know, it's interesting that this is the chakra that it's for, because to me, I'm getting this energy of like never feeling full. Maybe not like in terms of food, but never feeling satisfied, filled up, full, happy. And I'm not saying stop striving for things and just, you know, give up.
Hi, Dan Geist.
Hi, Dan Geist. But I am saying that this is to support you in feeling joy with what you're doing, not only in hindsight, right? Not only looking back and realizing how awesome something was, not just anticipating what's coming, but really enjoying something in the moment. That is what this blue Slurpee flavor is going to help you with. I know it sounds wackadoo, but it's for real. I don't know if you had those when you were a child, but I definitely did. Definitely did. So
there we go.
Let it in, wash it through.
Disconnecting.
Okay, you're in a rush. Gee moo.
No.
Yeah, you were like, all right, let go, disconnecting, let's go, let's check the time, moving along. It's like, calm down. I was trying to end on like a take a breath and let it roll through you. Now I'm disconnecting.
We have to monitor each other and the different parts of our personalities that pop up.
True.
That pop up. Anyways, please like, please share. Again, Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish. This is Rose with Live by Design. We're doing this.
Oh my God, you did it so quick and you didn't even stop to think about it.
We're doing this through Restream. So this is going to be a little bit different. It's not posted on mine. So I'm going through Path of Ish. So we'll definitely need your help. Vivian card. Yes, should I stay? Should I go? Is this the person for me? That's a question, Vivian. And look what you got.
Wouldn't you like to know what's behind this card right now? I'm just kidding. This is what you got.
Are you investing in the right person? It says. So that was a question.
Trust.
Yeah.
Investing in is this like a love romance thing? Okay. Inner trust. It is in reverse. Look at this beautiful card, though. I wish that I had done this drawing, actually.
I don't know. It's just a funny thing to say.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful drawing. Look at the lighting on her face, you know? Look at the lighting around her mouth. It's beautiful. Okay. So let's talk about this inner trust that's in reverse. There.
Awesome.
Feel good
Talk
about that?
Yeah,
feel good about that? Okay. Sometimes you need outer trust too. Oh, so what is going on for you? Is this a
Jeannie
person
was
to invest
craving a blue slushie today?
I haven't literally thought about one of those in years. That was
There
you.
That was
You were
you.
getting in here. Okay, that's the whole point, right? Inner trust. You know, there's times when the cards bring messages that I think are the cards challenging you to not over rely on external sources of validation and clarification. And I think right now that's part of the message of this card. You know, it's telling you you have the task right now of developing your relationship to your own intuition, your own inner guidance, your own wisdom, and to develop your relationship to your resources too. You know, the resources that help you make decisions, that help you really find your path and judge people and know when to move on and when to let go and when to stick around and just and tough it out. So I think the message for you right now is actually, before you make any decisions, you need to strengthen the conversation that's happening within yourself. And actually, I'll offer you something that was offered to me, which is that sometimes we may have a relationship with our intuition, but it might not be a very formal one. So like, you know, when we hear things, we just kind of go, oh, okay, I got that, blah, 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 moving on, da, da, da. We never say, hey, what I think I heard you say, intuition, is this. Was that right? And then, yeah, no. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for giving me that information. What should I do with this? Right. So slowing down when you get small messages and really, really taking the time to make sure you're listening, to make sure you understand and notice what happens. If you go up into your head and you're kind of like, oh, is this my intuition? Is it right? Just notice that that's a pattern for you and drop back into your body. Don't worry about the message at that moment. Drop back into your body and take some breaths and just do a little check. What's happening in your body? Do you feel tense? Are you breathing? Do you have pain anywhere? Do you have tension anywhere? Do you feel relaxed? Right? So, that is the task that's ahead of you right now. It's to turn this card right side up, right? To develop a stronger relationship with your inner trust. And does that mean you should never consult cards or oracles or anything like that again? No. But at this moment, the cards are telling you that is your task. Don't worry about whether this person is the right person to invest in right now. Worry about whether or not you're investing in your own relationship with yourself enough to be able to hear the messages that are coming through from your own wisdom, your own experience, your own knowledge. When there's those little red flags that are making you wonder, right? Is that coming from a history of being hurt and not wanting to trust? Or is that coming from your inner knowledge telling you, I know what's going to happen next, right? So, worry about yourself. Is the other one open? Okay. So there you go. Is there anything you wanted to add?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Intuition and developing your own sense of judgment, particularly one way to do that is also to check your assumptions when you have them. You can check them out and try to feel out, like ask people, I'm kind of making up this story that am I totally off? Does that feel really, right? Yes, you're welcome. You are welcome.
Beautiful. Okay. Last check-in for Rachel Winston, see if you're here.
Oh, my allergies today.
Rachel Winston, are you here? I hear it's hot in Louisiana. If not, we're going to, Miranda is next, and then Spirit Walker, and then Lily, if you're still here. So that's for Miranda. Focus on this. Another relationship question. What person to focus on, current or ex? That's the card I got.
Because Rachel is not.
She's not responding.
Here? Okay. So. Oh, goodness.
Rachel, if you're still with us, let me know in the comments and we can go back to your chakra clearing. But this is the card for Miranda. Here's your answer.
Okay, Miranda, this is the card that we got. By the way, I'm not sure if Marita already told you, we're using the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. Beautiful artwork, a little bit racy. You know, I like that. There you go. So the card you got is In the World, Not of the World. Look at her. Look at that. It's beautiful. There's all these fish swimming around her. She's in the ocean. Not the ocean. She's in like a stream or river. She's in the water. I'm sorry, I meant to say water. Sometimes my words don't match the things that are happening in my head. So when I pull this card, when Marita pulled this card, what comes to mind for me of this question of, you know, is it your ex or is it this current person, is you're actually in love with love. Not like, I mean, I think
that's my problem.
I think you are in love with that. There is energy with the people, but there's also an element that's like just loving the experience of love, right? Loving the experience of falling in love, loving the experience of new romance, like loving the experience of being in that tension place where it's like, oh, is it this person? Is it that? There's something about that that's like, it gives you something.
She goes so true.
Yeah. So I think that it's going to be hard to answer that question because it's not really about one person or the other person. It's sort of like you're chasing the experience and the people matter, but the people are secondary. So if you go with one person or the other, but you don't get the experience that you're looking for, you know, that changes and eventually fades to some degree. It's always evolves, right? When you're with somebody for a long time, my experience from what I've heard other people say, it's not going to stay that like new romance energy forever. It's going to change. You know, you will always be discovering new pieces of who that person is. But if you are in love with love, it's sort of like you're asking the wrong question. Does that make sense? Do you want to add anything to that?
No, I think that just gives a huge insight into how you operate. And so just add it to your operating manual of who you are and know that. So know that you love falling in love and there's nothing wrong with that. We're not judging that.
Oh no, it's amazing, right?
But because of that, that's why you're stuck in between people, because you love falling in love and you love love. And there's nothing wrong about that. Just know that. So then you have to go into your other operating manual that you have and start seeing what is it that I really want, and is one person leading me away from myself or returning me back to who I am.
That's such a good way to say it. It's almost like they're separate systems, right? You've got the system that's like, this is how I'm going to judge the value of this relationship. Is it giving me the energy I want that like my attachment to being in love or falling in love gives me? Is it going to give me that? And then there's this other operating system that's like, is this person going to give me what I want in a partnership as a person, like as a partner? Is it going to give me what I want there? But they're not exactly the same operating systems. You kind of have to like assess your relationships using different methods. Because if you're assessing them going in with the, I don't know if this is right because it's not giving me what I need in terms of feeling in love, that's important to note, but it's not the totality, right, of what it means to be in a relationship, even when it's important to you, which again, totally fine. I think falling in love is amazing. I mean, God, why else would I watch like the same series over and over again with the romantic tension for 5 seasons and then suddenly it's like broken and I'm like, oh, I can go back to my life now. Thank God. All right.
Okay, thank you. Disconnecting.
Oops, I don't know why.
She put it away. Okay, no Rachel Winston, so we're going to draw a card for Spirit Walker. And then checking in if Lily's here. If not, Jamie Smith. I know you've been wanting a card from the beginning, but you finally wrote it all in one little thing, so that's awesome. Okay, Spirit Walker. Here, we're stuck in between two different things, but not people, but ways. So,
what does that mean?
Mediumship or angelic? Which one should they dedicate themselves?
Oh,
Dizzy Fairy still here. We'll take care of you, Lily. Visions of life beyond death. Look at this. My God, I kind of want a tattoo like this. I actually have most of these tattoos. I have a ravens. I have 3 ravens already. I have a peacock, and this is practically the tattoos that I have on my body. Anyways, more information than what you wanted. So this is really about.
a lot of them are visible, so it's not like super.
Yeah, it's not
private.
No, it's not. I mean, look at me. So this is really about. And what I love about this is this egg that's right above kind of this circular mirror.
Almost looks like a pearl or something.
I'm saying it's an egg going into kind of your third eye. Look at all this. So it's all of how it's all aligned about all of the information coming in for you, right? Raven allows you to go in between the night. Bull as well as wisdom. Sorry, that's owl in Spanish. And then also you have peacock, who is about showing off their colors and also about protection and things like this. And then you have the image of a crone here. So an elder, someone who has known how to create balance with all of this information and also create good relationships with all of these spirit guides, right? To be in good relationship with them. So it really, I'm sorry, I don't have an answer whether you should do one or another. I don't think it is. It's like, how can you weave one into the other? Why do you have to pick? That's my question. If you have to focus on mediumship. And okay, I'm going to say something. Gloves are coming off. For all of you with spiritual businesses out there, you have to stop thinking about them as a normal business. All that coaching that happens and everything like that, you have to let that go. Well, in one way, in this way, please approach it with a sense of purpose and prayerfulness, and consider it not a business, but a walk. This is your faith walk. If you approach it that way, and you approach each of it with the same diligence and the same prayerfulness, then you'll discover that you're going to be walking on a larger road instead of a smaller road. Yes. Post, listen to how to do copywriting, listen how to, put yourself out there. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's so much out there. There's so many businesses trying to make you the business of making businesses.
Sure.
And people are literally just stamping one thing and it's all the same. Okay. Spirituality can't be bought in a way. So what this is saying is like, this is the wisdom. You have to rely on your wisdom. You have to walk on your path. Your spiritual business is not going to look like someone else's. Make sure that it looks like you. Mm-hmm. Rose made sure of that. Rose helps me with my business. And she goes, does this look like you? Or are you trying to look like someone else? Or are you trying to look like that for that person? Who are you? And so this, my friend, Spirit Walker, who are you? Your name is Spirit Walker. That's your path. That's your medicine. That's what will attract people to you. So you have to be you 100% of the time. And if you can't, then ask for help for that message to get through. People will be brought in by the resonance of who you are. And as someone who's been learning how to do this, how to combine multiple worlds to do this, do videos, do live videos. Live videos are the place on Instagram and here to do that. But whether it's mediumship or angelic, it's really like you can combine. Look at all of these spirit animals. You can combine all of them. That's what I got.
Sounds good.
Okay.
The only question I have for you is did somebody else place that question into your mind? Like, did somebody else say you have to choose, right?
Yeah.
Or is this for the sake of just like starting something and needing somewhere to like jump off from?
I know, she says, thank you very much. Very insightful.
Yeah. So it's important to consider, and this is something to consider because we talk about questions so much, right? We talk about why we have you ask specific questions. It's also good to reflect and notice, am I asking questions that belong to me, or are they questions that somebody else put in my mind and told me were important? But they don't really matter to you. Like, you really don't have curiosity behind them. If you follow your own genuine curiosity, you will find that you're going to get a much more exciting relationship with the universe. If you're following somebody else's curiosity, that you think you're supposed to ask these, it's like having a really boring conversation, but you're trying to like ask questions that to keep it moving, but you don't have genuine curiosity. Your relationship with the universe will be like that too.
Well, and something to add to that just kind of popped in while you're saying that is like, if you're asking someone else's questions, and the reason that you're asking is because you don't know the answers, because you don't know how to answer it for them to please them, because that's another thing, right? Are you just carrying someone's question? And the reason that you haven't had the insight is because you're like, this isn't a question for me. This doesn't belong to me. I don't want to choose. So that's another, that was very insightful between the two of us.
Oh, honey, yes.
That's awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. Disconnecting.
That one was free, but it cost me a lot of money to learn that insight. I'm just letting you know that.
Here we do Lily Fair, chakra clearing, and then Jamie, if you're still on, let us know. Oh, I'm really tired all of a sudden.
I feel like I can't hold my torso up straight because I did so many side crunches yesterday. So
really, when did you do them?
I mean, it wasn't that many. When I worked out, remember?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I did some strengthening stuff. And
I worked out too yesterday. I forgot about that.
Boosh. Boosh.
Yeah. Let's do a chakra clearing. Ring that bell. Oh. Okay. I was asking her about a flavor that just came in. So the flavor I'm getting for you, Lily Fair, is pomelo, which, as Rose said, it's like a grapefruit but bigger.
And different.
Has
a slightly different flavor.
So citrus.
The skin is really thick.
Which is all about boundaries. Do you have good boundaries? Are you keeping your juicy pieces inside and making sure you're not just giving segments out to anyone who comes here? Again, the time of fires also teaches us about good boundaries. Can you have good boundaries? And this is the boundaries around your words. How do you speak to yourself? Words are powerful. Again, we just talked about, is this a question that's your question or someone else's question? And maybe the reason that you don't know how to answer it because it's not yours to answer.
Yeah.
So are you carrying other people's truths in your and speaking them, or are you speaking yours? So there you go. That's that.
That was the whole thing?
That was it for them. Do you have a question?
Oh, that was so quick.
Yeah, I know. I can be windy and wordy sometimes. But...
For some reason, I'm not getting a totally separate flavor. It's specifically about the pips, the seeds, like the seeds of the pomelo. I know they're called pips sometimes. So you've probably had the experience when you're making like citrus juice or you're cooking and you squeeze like the lemon or lime or some type of citrus, and you catch the seeds, right, or through a strainer or however you do it, or they end up in your food. And you'll like stumble across one accidentally, and it's kind of like this like bitter little like chewy surprise in the food, like, oh, I got a seed. But there's something to be said for appreciating the pips instead of trying to, filter everything down to this like perfect, smooth, pulp free kind of, ice cream experience. What would happen if you left some of those pips in the ice cream, right?
I'm thinking of Gladys Knight in the pit.
What would happen if you left some of the seeds in the ice cream? And it's kind of, there's certain types of cooking that are very focused on this, like using all of the natural elements of a fruit or an ingredient to add interest and texture and flavor instead of just taking this one little piece and like, right?
That's exactly what she says. Look, yes, I'm learning how to speak my truth, set boundaries, and be careful who I communicate.
Perfect. So what I want you to add as a little twist to Marita's flavor is to consider the fact that how can you appreciate your own seeds, your own pips, the parts of you that might be like slightly distasteful to some people, the parts of you that people might be like, I got a seed, and instead of immediately going into like oh God, they don't like that part of me, be like, that's right. I like that part of me. I'm a pain in the ass and I don't mind. I'm a hilarious pain in the ass. And I appreciate that about myself. There's things that I do that I'm absolutely certain drive Marita bananas. Some of them are pretty hilarious. Some of them are probably just annoying. But I have come to appreciate a lot of them about myself because the reality is like, there isn't enough time in the world, and nor is it beneficial to try to make yourself be everything that somebody else wants you to be. Yes, it is important to be in relationship, to be responsive, but love your damn seeds. That's my addition.
I like it. Love your
Marita's
damn
wondering,
seeds.
by the way, like, is my wife doing a weird psyop on me all the time? Like, what's happening?
Okay, Jamie Smith.
This sinus is just not happy. We worked in the yard for like 3 hours this morning.
Which is a lot.
It could have been more than that. And when we say work in the yard, it's not like going out and pulling little like dandelions. We're pulling out like 6 foot grass.
8 foot grass.
And cutting back. It is probably more than 6 feet,
8
right?
8 foot grass.
And cutting, like clearing massive branches and like using a pickaxe the whole time. Like it's heavy.
Show me your muscles.
Work.
Show me your pickaxe muscles.
I don't know. That's embarrassing.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't look that impressive, actually. Anyway, they're strong. You'll have to trust us. So.
Okay, here's your card, Jamie.
A little beat.
Jamie and Leela, I think we're actually going to have time for one more.
Really? It's 3:52.
We're going to do it. We were a little late. Dream a beautiful dream.
I have a 4:30, just so you know.
Okay, that's fine. We'll put fine. So dream a beautiful dream.
What's the question?
Direction of her spiritual business. So this is really going back to, can you be in alignment? Can you go back? Your drawing board is really about your heart. This is your drawing board. This is where you want to create from in your spiritual business. This is what matters, right? If you follow this, and that means you have to face your demons, it means you got to clear things, it means you got to speak your truth, it means you got to stand up for yourself, then you'll be fine. Because this is the thing, the adventure and the path is in the journey. The adventure and the path is in the journey. Can you live every day in such a good way that when you lay your head down to rest, it doesn't matter what you did, but it was who you were and you were happy with that. And you tried your best. That's life. That's what life's about.
There's a couple other things I want to suggest to you based on this dream, a beautiful dream, which is like thinking about, if you're struggling to figure out what your path is for your business, I would suggest you try something called 7 levels of why. You can actually go deeper than 7 levels, but it's really saying like, well, this is what I want to do. Well, why? Why does that matter to you? Like, what is underneath that? Why does that matter? Well, why do you want to do that? Well, why does that matter? Right? It's really drilling down lower and lower to figure out, why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you choosing the path that you're currently on? Start somewhere. Just start with something. The other thing I want to say to you is when you're figuring out what to do your business on, it has to be like this Venn diagram, right? But part of the Venn diagram needs to be this. It needs to be like, what is your bigger purpose that you're so passionate about, that you care about, right? There also needs to be a market, a need that you're filling. And consider, what do you want to spend more than 8 hours a day for the next however many years of your life doing? Some of it is going to be the business of it. Some of it is going to be the online, doing the things until you make enough money to pay somebody else to do them. But you need to pick something that you are going to be willing and excited to show up for, because let me tell you, if you're building a business online, social media will suck your life if you don't care what you're talking about. You have to give a shit about what you're talking about. So start with what you really care about, and it'll morph. I would really suggest that it will morph, but like, think big, think global, right? And you don't have to, that doesn't have to be your outward facing, this is my niche, this is my business statement, but underneath, right? That's why I said doing the like 7 levels of why. You can have a really big why statement. When I was doing relationship focused work, part of my why was that when people heal their relationships with each other, when they heal their relationships with self, they actually become better stewards of the planet.
Yes, right? Because if you have value, then you are sacred, then everything around you is sacred, and you're not just consuming yourself.
There's this great quote that I love that says, we violate nature because we violate ourselves, right? So I want you to think like this big when you're thinking about the direction for your business. And then you can like take it up a few levels. It doesn't have to be that super crazy deep one that you share all the time, but every once in a while you can bring it out and let people know, hey, this is one of my deeper whys. And people will appreciate that connection to, you have taken the time to figure out what is really underneath there that matters to you. Cool. There we go.
Cool. Final card and clearing.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, they didn't give us a time.
Okay.
So if you want to be part of our final card and clearing, yay! Okay. Anyone can be part of it. Yay! This is my own wave.
It was like a physical.
Mechanical.
Like, yeah, it was like.
I know, because I was going to say something else.
It was like the DJ hit the thing with a little scratch.
So this is how you join. I wrote it in the comments, but you write either what you want to, you write what you want to let go or bring into your life in the comments, or you write just permission granted. So that's how you become part of this next card and clearing for the group. If you're watching this now or later, right? And then if not, you just don't get it. That's it. That's our boundary. That's your boundary. We respect boundaries. No judgment. Boundaries are good. Fences make amazing neighbors. Okay. Okay, here we go.
What are you calling in and releasing?
Calling in a fence.
Heck yeah, I like that plan.
We need a fence. We need a physical.
Let's make sure it's in the spot we want it to be.
Physical fence in the correct. We're having some issues with our neighbor and property lines. So I just want that to be resolved and resolved in a good way, and that our neighbor respects our boundaries.
That sounds great.
I think it's really good. And I'm really happy that I spoke up for myself yesterday.
I am calling in clarity on a new aspect of my business that I'm working on, because I want to get it down on paper and solid and feeling like really like, because it's going to allow a lot to flow from there, from this thing that I'm creating right now. And I am releasing angst. Oh, angst. Done. That's it. So I know for those of you who are still putting things in the comments, telling us what you're releasing and calling in, totally fine. Keep putting them in. Keep just saying that. Keep saying permission granted. This is the card for the group today. Focus on the light. Notice how this doesn't say, pretend everything is super groovy 100% of the time. Right. They're two different things. I've heard a theme a lot of people talk about is this idea of spiritual bypassing by trying to be super positive. But I think it can also go the other way, which is like people are so hung up on don't be so positive, don't be so fake positive all the time. They can actually like, how do I even word this? It's the pendulum swings so far in the other direction that it's not helpful either, in my opinion. And I think it's very easy for people who are in a place of some depression, high stress, trauma response, overwhelm, whatever it is that's going on, to justify, right? Why did I swing so far over here? Oh, well, because you're fucking bullshit and you're spiritual bypassing and da 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 da, right? I'm not saying that people don't do that. They do. But there is a balance, right? It does matter to pay attention to the good things that are happening in your life. It does matter. It makes a difference. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're spiritually bypassing. It's just taking time to appreciate the beauty of life. I mean, God, what a crazy thing that we have all this time on our hands, that we've even come up with all these different terms, right? You're spiritual bypassing this. And I'm not saying that to say it's dumb that we do that. I'm saying, like, look at the amazing time that we have.
Hi, Jessica.
Oh, cool. Look at the amazing time we have on our hands, that we would even be able to have those conversations and think about it and come up with new ways to understand what's going on in our lives, right? What a gift, right? Focusing on the positive. Just did it right there in front of you. So right now it's important to make sure you are taking time, because people are burning out hard. We just did a ceremony about building resilience and really connecting to your allies and your resources, right? For the new moon yesterday. Focus on the light. Wait, it says, let's see. Can everybody still hear us right now? We got a weird pop-up. We just did a ceremony about building resilience and really connecting to your allies and your, hold on one second.
Can you hear us now?
Wait.
Testing. Yeah, it's still working.
Okay, good. Can everybody still hear us right now? We got a weird pop-up. Okay. Anyway, back to business. Turn it down. Hold on one second. Cool. Okay.
I think we're working. Okay, good. Thank you. So who knows what was going? So as I was trying to get, this is, what I'm getting for the group is pinole, which is roasted ground maize, combined with cacao.
Whoa. That's like your dream food.
Oh. So I grew up actually drinking this. We called it something else, but there's different ways. And you know, as we talked about corn early on and corn made and things like that, and this is really the time of harvesting corn, right? I love corn. Corn is very important to Southwest traditions as well as Central America and things like that, where I come from, Mexico. It is said that people were made of corn in one of the creations of the multiple creations of the world. So it's a creation story as well. So this is really about that combination of groundedness, the combination of what are you going to do with your seeds of potential, your little corn seeds? How are you going to plant them? How are you going to nurture them? How are you going to nurture yourself? And also cacao. Cacao is a heart opener. So really, yes, cacao, corn, I'm in. So this is really for me when I think
crystals
about
and cats.
There you go.
Done.
It's about being home, in your place, and who you are and what you've created so far. Because this is not the time of starting anything new, actually, really. I mean, this is this time of really nurturing everything that you started last season and see it come to fruition. So that doesn't mean that, so that means like, oh, I got a great idea. Well, is that great new idea going to distract you from, you know, taking care of what you need to do? Save the great idea for later. Let it rest, you know, and keep putting energy into that path and that one direction, right? And you'll see that fruit tree, that cacao tree come into fruition, right? And then you can celebrate after and have a good time. And then remember when we go back, you know, after we harvest and into the winter, remember how we made that happen. How did we manifest it? Manifesting isn't just like thing that happens, right? You think it, you become it, you do it. That's what it is, you know. So there is work involved, you know. Rose and I are trying to like garden. For us, gardening means a very different thing, and so we have to go out there every day and stay focused, because a lot of things distract us, and there's a lot of distractions out there. So this again is about boundaries. Stay focused, stay in yourself, stay with your seeds of potential and nurture them right now, right? That's all.
All right. Sorry for the technical issues, but this has been Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. If you are interested in getting in on our ice cream socials, which are, as we said earlier, private reading groups via Zoom. There's only 5 people per group. We're only doing 1 per week for our US audience, 1 for our Australia audience. They fill up really quickly. And we will be doing them again this week and the following week. We have put the link in the comments, but we can put it in the description as well to the event. There's only a couple more spots left for this week.
I got 2 right now that signed up.
Oh my God. So this week might actually be full.
Who knows, but try.
But go ahead and try to sign up and hold off on paying for right now until I see whether or not we are full. But we also started a Patreon. We will add more events if more people are interested. We will at different times, because we know folks are in different time zones, different parts of the world. But get in on it. We're also now hosting moon meditation circles every full and new moon. Those are not limited to 5 people. We offer, and there's a little bit of participation, but mostly we are going to offer you some guidance, meditation, and ceremony on a particular theme for whatever new or full moon we are in. We just did one yesterday. It was fantastic. Yesterday was a baller day for this one. Tons of ceremony. There's a lot happening in the world. So please, we would love to have you follow and like our pages, join my groups, Daily Dose of Awe and the Adventurers Club. They are all about courage, awe, beauty, getting out there and living this really epic life that you look back on and you're like, holy fucking shit, I did that, right? So there's so much going on in our worlds. We would love to have you be a part of them on a regular basis.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Till next time.
Remember to live your life
to the sweetest.
Mahalo.